Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Brandeen. I graduated from Severna Park High School in 2015 and then went on to Vanderbilt and graduated from there in 2019, studying computer science and engineering management. So now I work at Deloitte Consulting in DC, where I am a technology consultant. Really in consulting, you can do a really wide variety of things with the same job title. So, I have friends that are straight up like software engineers. I have friends that do a lot of data analysis, but really what I focus on is product management, which is basically kind of like scoping out the requirements and working with what they call a cross-functional team, so that being designers, functional people like myself, and the developers to create some sort of software product. So the educational requirements for this job, I would say definitely looking for a bachelor's. For what I do specifically, it doesn't necessarily have to be in computer science. A lot of other people that are also technology consultants at my firm studied, various types of engineering or some sort of like business engineering combination. But there are other people in consulting that are not specifically focused on technology that might have studied things like political science or economics. So the company definitely provides a lot of training. I actually did a training that was a few months long, and I ended up getting a certification from it. So I don't know if any of you are familiar with what's called the cloud. So Amazon Web Services has their own cloud and many different certifications you can get in it. So I took that training through work and then took the AWS Solutions Architect exam and passed. So great training there, definitely like a really marketable skill. And, they train you and pay for you to take the test, which is pretty nice. They actually even let you take it twice. So they let you, if you fail the first time, they still pay for it a second, which is pretty nice. So I'd say like the skills that are most important. So, again, speaking like to consulting broadly, I'd say, you want to be very organized and analytical, able to speak well, because in consulting, you have, some sort of project. And instead of working for your own company, I don't do projects for Deloitte. I do projects for our client. So right now, my client is a power and utilities company. So we're making different software applications for that power and utilities company. Specifically, right now, we're working on the outage experience for a power and utility company. So one of the cool things we're working on right now is called an outage tracker. So you could go online and see the steps that the outage restoration is taking. Sorry, kind of got sidetracked, but so the skills that are most important, you could be doing, so if you're doing something specifically like I'm doing, definitely want to have good technical skills and be able to explain really technical things to your non-technical clients and work with all different types of people, because I'm working on, again, what I called a cross-functional team. So you were working with designers who, tend to be, the more artsy type, and then developers as well who, study computer science. So kind of pretty different interests, but, we all come together as one team to create one sort of product. Okay, what do I find most satisfying and challenging? I think for me, I like working in specifically what I do is called product management. And I like working in product management because it's really team oriented, and it also allows me to keep in touch with my technical skills. Like I studied computer science in college. I actually did Project Lead the Way at Severna Park. And so it allows me to keep in touch with, the math and science and engineering that I really like, while also bringing in some of that creativity, working on a team of people. And also, you have a really great sense of accomplishment when you finally do release that product, and you can go on the internet and go see hey, that's something that I helped make. So that's pretty cool. And what's most challenging, I'd say, is a lot of times since we're in client services, you're serving your client. So your client has certain expectations and deadlines, so that often can be pretty difficult. And that kind of moves into how has this job affected your lifestyle. I'd say overall, I have a pretty good lifestyle. I think like overall, like the company culture is really great. Like before coronavirus, we would go to like happy hours or eat lunch with people all the time. But yeah, I'd say versus college, actually, I probably have more free time. So that's kind of nice. I did a lot of homework in college though. Um, and so how is the economy affecting our industry? I'd say it varies, right? So basically, the economy will affect various of our clients' industries. So if our client is in an industry that's not doing so well right now, they may not right have the money to pay right for consulting services. We also do a lot of we also have a lot of government contracts and government clients. So right now their priorities majorly shifted with coronavirus. So whereas some projects that we used to do were scaled down or not happening anymore, other projects related to coronavirus have been ramping up like crazy. Um, and so what sort of changes are occurring in your occupation? I'd say probably the biggest thing is what's happening in a lot of fields right now, and that's just the shift from in office to work from home. I actually haven't worked out of the office now since March of 2020, a single day. So I think that's really the biggest change. And while in about September, I'll probably go back sometimes, I think like, right, the new normal is going to be some sort of hybrid where you work from home sometimes you go in the office. And right, that'll definitely depend on what you do. But I see like most sort of like business office type jobs trending that way.